Hey everybody! We are getting just a little bit of an early start tonight. So, as always, just let me know whenever you're here so that I know that everything is working well. And let's see here. Oh, perfect. We are already live over on YouTube. Alright, don't want to hear myself. Great. It is very dark in here tonight, and I'm looking a little bit ghostly. This is kind of funny. Very spooky, perfect for Halloween, which is coming up soon. Awesome, love it. Hey, everybody. Oh, there you are. Perfect. Hi. First of all, I need to apologize for whatever noises you're about to hear. It's very windy and very rainy over here in Cleveland, which is not great for our baseball team. But here we are, so hopefully it doesn't get too loud and hopefully the internet holds out for the next hour. Hey everybody, John, great to see you again. I am having a good week. Again, very, very, very busy. I feel like Wednesdays are always just the craziest days. So you always catch me at a weird time whenever you ask that question. But yeah, we're having a great week. It's getting very rainy. It's going to be really loud. The windows are right behind me, so apologies for that. Andrew wants to know if my place is haunted, and my gosh, do I have a story for you. I'll make it quick because this is not the Jess hour. But my maintenance guy was coming over to help me fix the lock on my door was broken. He was helping me fix it and the lock fell off, and my maintenance guy said there was something inside of my apartment that didn't want to let me out. And now I'm terrified. Pretty sure, yes, the apartment is haunted, at least cursed. So that's fun. Okay, now back to cord cutting. Yeah, NYC. So this is something that I wanted to talk about to kick things off tonight. Sinclair and YouTube TV. I'm sure most of you probably saw this. We broke the news last night around, I think, like 7:30. And YouTube TV announced that they would be dropping Sinclair-owned Fox regional sports networks beginning tomorrow. They were in negotiations. They had an extension that lasted through at least the beginning of all of these sports seasons when everything was just kind of crazy. And now that extension is running out, and YouTube TV is dropping the channels because they could not come to an agreement, apparently. So that's something that happened. That is some big news this week. Sinclair also came out with a statement that a lot of us on Facebook were saying that statement was pretty mild compared to some others that we've seen. Sinclair was basically just like, yeah, we can't come to an agreement, so this is something that's happening. It's a shame. We want people to be able to watch these channels. So kind of a weird situation. So for those of you who were watching those RSNs with YouTube TV, you can now find them over on Hulu or AT&T TV now. CJ says, what do you think about the new Chromecast with Google TV? I kind of love it. I feel like Google really got it right this time. Philip has really been covering a lot of that. He and I were both watching the Google event today, so that was kind of fun, and we were both getting really excited about all of these announcements. I really like the new Google TV interface that's replacing Android TV. I like it a lot personally. My big question is, and I'm interested to know what you guys think about this, what do we think this means for TiVo, which right now was meant to be the affordable Android TV option? Do we think that it's going to convert to Google TV, or what's going to happen here? Very curious what you guys think about that. Brett says, thanks for the Roku link to download Peacock. Yeah, that was another one. Peacock is finally available on Roku. Love to see it. And yeah, you can head over to cordcuttersnews.com to get the link straight to the Roku store if you still need it, or you can just go to the Roku store and search for Peacock. Oh yeah, some talk about Bloody Disgusting channel. I had a feeling this would come up too since we are getting a little closer to spooky season. So Bloody Disgusting channel launched exclusively on the Roku channel, so it's free, which is awesome. We love to see that. It looks like Peter says that he is not impressed with Bloody Disgusting just yet. Shudder and Tubi are still tops for horror. Yeah, Shudder is a good one. I think the appeal of Bloody Disgusting is that it's free. It's a channel that's known, or a company that's known for their horror content. They're coming out with some original content too, which sounds pretty cool. I'm not a horror fan personally, as a lot of you know, but I've definitely been reading some of the descriptions for the originals, and they sound pretty cool. For those of you who don't get scared quite as easily as I do. Ron wants to know about Bloody Disgusting channel. Will it also be available on other platforms or as a standalone app? Right now it's exclusively on the Roku channel, so that is the only way to watch it. If you don't have a Roku, the good news is Roku channel is coming out with a free app for iOS and Android devices, so you'll be able to watch via the app. Okay, now I need to scroll down a little here. I got all caught up talking about Bloody Disgusting. We saw a question about Spectrum, but I think I missed it. If you asked about Spectrum, could you ask again? I think I missed your comment and I can't find it now. Eric says, will Philip review the Fire Stick Lite and Chromecast with Google TV in the future? Yes, definitely. We are working on making sure that he gets all of those devices in his hands as soon as possible. And I think we're going to have a lot of really good content coming up for you guys, so I'm excited. He's also going to be doing some stuff. I hate to give away his secrets, but we're going to make sure he gets a new Roku Ultra to try out and kind of compare it to some other devices. So look forward to that coming soon. I know, guys, I'm so sorry I wasn't here last week. Really tried hard to be, but I had to be somewhere and really thought that I would be home and ready in time, and I just couldn't be. Unfortunately, it was kind of out of my control, but yes, I'm here now. I hate missing these, I really do, so I'm trying, I promise. It's just such a weird time. 8 o'clock is such a weird time to make sure that I'm here and ready to go. Let's see. What do we think about the new Fire Stick? Sounds awesome. It's an affordable option, which I love. We will have a little more content coming up about that. I think we have a post going up tomorrow, if I remember correctly what I scheduled. It's been a long day. A lot of things have happened. But yes, we will definitely have some more content going up about the Fire Stick Lite soon, and then closer to the holidays too. I'm sure it'll be part of like gift guides and things like that, so you can get some more info there too. And like I said, Philip will be working with it in videos, hopefully soon. Let's see. Oh, okay, here's the question about Spectrum. Did Spectrum get bought by AT&T, or does Spectrum own AT&T? The whole Time Warner thing is confusing. I'm not sure, to be honest. Now that you say that, I don't think that Spectrum and AT&T are linked, because they're two separate internet companies and cable companies. Does anyone know? This all is very confusing, and there are so many acquisitions happening all the time. That is definitely not my forte. So if anyone knows better than me, Spectrum is owned by Charter, right? So it's not connected to AT&T at all, right? This is something I should absolutely know. Jeff says last week. Yeah, I did miss last week. I was here the week before that. No, I definitely try to make sure I don't miss 2 in a row for sure. We should talk about that though. If I really can't be here on a Wednesday, maybe I could try doing a Tuesday or a Thursday instead. We'll figure it out. Peter, yeah, I think that's a pretty popular opinion. Oh, Bill says the Q&A used to be an hour earlier. I wonder if that was that something that Luke was doing? Did I push it back an hour and not realize it? That's completely possible too. We could potentially move it up an hour if that makes more sense. Just some logistics to think through, I guess. Jermaine says you cried last week. I'm so sorry. We talked on AJ says, I suggest putting an up light next to your closet door. I should. I really do need to work on the lighting situation. I know. The ring light, though, huge improvement. Thank you all for calling me out on that. It was necessary. For now, I'm good with what we've got here, but thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, so the Viacom channel is coming to YouTube TV. I thought that was supposed to happen earlier. Not so sure what's going on here. I was pretty sure we never got an exact date, but some of you here in the chat were telling me that you saw the date elsewhere. Everything's a little confusing with YouTube TV right now. They just added another NBC News channel. Then they are taking away these RSNs, so I feel like YouTube TV is a little bit of a mess at the moment. But, sorry, I was reading those comments. Yeah, everything's a little bit of a mess right now, but hopefully we know what's going on there soon with all of these channels being shuffled around. Gary wants to know about the Chromecast with Google TV. So this new Chromecast is just their new streaming device. It's just an updated version of another device. We talked all about it over on quirkcuttersnews.com today if you're interested. Philip wrote a great post during that Google event today. It's an affordable option. We were hearing that it was going to come with Android TV, and today we found out that Android TV is now becoming Google TV, and it's just kind of an updated interface. It looks pretty user-friendly. It looks a lot like the other interfaces that we're all used to, so it should be a really good option. But yeah, hopefully Philip will get that device soon and we'll be able to test this out in some videos, and we'll have a little bit more of an update for you. I feel like Google Chromecast is maybe one of the few streaming devices that I don't own, and I really should get my hands on one. Chris says YouTube TV has a lot of news channels now with the addition of NBC News Now. Yeah, they have a ton of news channels. It's interesting to me that they seem to be focusing a little more on news and obviously a little less on sports right now, but I don't know. We'll see how everything kind of shakes out over the coming weeks. Adrian wants to know if there's going to be an Apple TV sale for Black Friday. I don't think they normally put their devices on sale for Black Friday, but we will see. I can promise you that we will be covering Black Friday a lot. So if there are any good cord cutting deals, we will find them and we will post about them for you guys. I wouldn't count on that though, but I'm not really sure, again, what's going on with Apple TV. We thought for sure that there would be a new one coming out, and that hasn't happened, so everything's a little up in the air with them at the moment too. Also, speaking of deals, speaking of Black Friday, Prime Day is coming up in mid-October, October 13th and 14th, and we will be doing some posts about that too, some deal posts. So if you're looking for new device or speakers, soundbars, accessories, things like that, we will have some posts up for you. G Money says, I'm a Roku guy, but recently bought my first Fire Stick for my bedroom. A couple of interesting things on the Fire Stick: browser apps and Facebook Watch. Does Roku have anything like that? I didn't know there was an app just for Facebook Watch. I know that you can watch it with a browser. Oh, you're using your browser app to watch Facebook Watch. Got it. Theodore says, can you ask if people know how to get AT&T TV to add support for the Weather Channel app on Roku? I would say you can try emailing them. You can try tweeting to them. I know that they will take your suggestion. I don't know what they will do with it. Hi, Kyle. Good to see you. Oh, G-Money says there's a Facebook Watch app for Fire TV. I did not know that that existed. Does anyone know if there's one for Roku? We can check the Roku channel store. Why not? Let's do it. Roku.com. Nope. Hard to type with one hand with a microphone in between me. Let's see. What to watch channel store. Facebook. No, it doesn't look like there's anything like that for Roku, but if anyone has any suggestions, please leave them in the comments. There's a Facebook app on Roku too. I can't even find it in the Roku store. Someone help me. Eric says Fire TV has a Facebook Watch app and Twitch, which are two advantages over Roku. Yeah, I knew about the Twitch one. I don't know why I didn't know about Facebook Watch. I will have to use that. Jeff says there is a Fire TV Facebook Watch app, no Facebook Watch app. On Roku, I'm assuming, is how that ends. Kyle, yeah, Discovery just keeps saying that their streaming service is coming soon. We had an update not long ago, again, over on Quirketers News, about the Discovery network. Discovery streaming. I don't know why I always try to look things up while we're talking. It never works out for me. I just get distracted. Yeah, there's some good stuff happening. Ad-free. There's supposed to be an ad-supported tier and a tier without ads. Yeah, I don't think that we have a date yet. I was just trying to double check. I thought maybe I missed something. I don't think we have a date for that again. Discovery is kind of a big fan of saying it's coming soon. It's coming in the coming weeks. Jeff, yeah, thank you. Would you screenshot that? If you wouldn't mind emailing it to me so I can go find it. Oh, for the Fire TV. Okay, so I was just looking at Roku. But yes, I do have a Fire TV and I will look into that later. But to answer the question, it looks like no, Roku does not have an app for Facebook Watch. All right. Screen mirroring to watch Facebook on Roku. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Jermaine says One Day at a Time, which was canceled by Netflix, will now be on CBS. Ooh, that's great news. If ratings are good, the show will be renewed for a 5th season. Weird seeing a network trying to save a Netflix original. Yeah, that's really interesting. I hadn't heard about that, but I really like that show, so that's awesome news, Jermaine. Yeah, agreed. Really interesting to see CBS saving a Netflix show when it's usually the other way around. But I've been seeing a lot of chatter over in the Facebook group about Netflix canceling their shows so soon. So yeah, I would agree with that. I think it's really strange. They've been starting all these really great shows and then canceling them really quickly. So very cool to see CBS saving a show. Bill says Roku has free shipping through sometime in November for devices and remotes ordered directly through them. That is great to know, and I will make sure to share that news. Thank you, Bill. Yeah, guys, please do hit the like button. I always forget to promote the YouTube channel while I'm here talking. But yeah, please like the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. I am here on most Wednesday nights. But the big draw to the YouTube channel is definitely Philip's videos. He does a weekly news wrap up, and he also does deep dives where he covers things like comparing devices and talking about different features of streaming services. So highly recommend checking out Philip's videos if you haven't already. Kyle says the only good thing about Netflix is Cobra Kai. I've been hearing such good things about that show. Last time I asked you guys what you were binge watching, so many of you said that. Theodore, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Have you guys heard anything about Alf coming back? I don't think so. I think maybe there was some chatter about that happening on Peacock, if I'm not mistaken, but I haven't heard anything. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I feel like it's because so many other shows from that era are being rebooted that people were talking about Alf, but I don't think that those plans are in place as of now, but I will definitely keep an eye out. G-Money, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Oh, that's a great question, Andrew, and I will open this up to the group. Have many people experienced overheating with the Roku Express? Does anyone know anything about that? I don't have an Express myself. I have a Premiere, excuse me, and but in the group I have seen a lot of people complaining about Roku's overheating. So if anyone has any insight about that, definitely leave a comment. Richard, yeah, this is a good question. Do you know anything about your earlier report about a possible price hike for Netflix? Do you know how much it would be? So, for those of you who didn't see the post about this, there is one analyst who was saying that he is predicting a price hike for Netflix. It has been a while since Netflix has raised its price, and I think they've only done one price hike, at least recently. But yeah, he's predicting that they will raise their price because they would make however many millions, billions of dollars. He was saying that the price will probably go up between $1 and $2 for every single tier. And he's predicting that that would happen next year. So nothing is confirmed. Netflix hasn't come out to say anything either way, either confirming or denying that that's happening. It was just an analyst who was saying that, so we shared the report and kind of gave some thoughts on whether or not that might happen. I think we can probably expect to see that just because it's been a while. Yeah, so I would say you can probably expect to see that happen. He was saying probably next year, and I would agree with that. We're having people saying that their Roku works just fine. Experiencing some Wi-Fi issues on a Roku. Oh, people are saying if you want to watch Alf, you can find it on Channel Plus. I think someone said Plex also. Good to know. Love that. Richard, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I love coming and chatting with you guys every week until I miss a week. Paul says if Netflix raises their price again, they better come out with some good shows. So far, all they do is cancel the good ones and keep the crappy ones. I would say the crappy ones are probably cheaper for them, which is probably why they don't get canceled. But yeah, I agree, they're canceling some good shows. Yeah, we've been seeing a lot of people kind of sharing the same sentiment that they want better quality shows. I think with Netflix, they tried so hard to push out so much original content, especially during this pandemic with people staying at home. I know that their subscriber count went up dramatically during these stay-at-home orders, and I think they were just trying so hard to push out so much original content, and it wasn't all great quality. So now they're kind of maybe backtracking a little bit. I'm not sure. Just a thought. Jeff, I just got your email about Facebook Watch. Thank you. I appreciate that. The little notification just showed up over here. Eric says $8.99 is still a good deal for the Netflix lowest price plan. I know that people will have Netflix as their main TV service. $9.99 would still be a good deal. Yeah, I agree. I feel like with a lot of these services, people will kind of take them or leave them. A lot of people will pause their subscription or jump from one service to another. But for a lot of people, for millions of people, Netflix is kind of their go-to. They will keep Netflix and then swap out other services to go along with it, just because I think we're also used to Netflix and just having that as like our go-to, our place where we know that we can go for movies and TV shows. Oh, Brett said Nurse Ratched. Is it Ratched? Ratched? I don't know. It's a great original show on Netflix. Yeah, that one's been on my watch list for a while. I'm hoping I can start it this weekend. I was hoping during the week, but man, things have been so busy. Jeff, 2 emails. Yes, I got the notification for both of them. Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, guys, we need to probably cool it on the VPN talk. I understand that people are using it, but we are talking about breaking terms of service for some streaming services, so we don't need to be chatting about that. Thank you. G Money started watching Lower Decks on CBS All Access. What do you think? I have heard mixed reviews on that one. Jermaine says, really enjoying Raised by Wolves. I have a couple of friends who have been texting me about how much they're loving Raised by Wolves, and I haven't started it yet. That should also go on my list, so thank you for that one, Jermaine. And I'm so glad to hear that you're liking it. I remember you saying that you had started it, so good. Glad you're liking it. Alan says, new episodes of Van Helsing are now out on Netflix. That seems perfect for the month of October. Brett says, have you seen Away? I have not, but that's another one that a ton of people have been recommending in the group. Has anyone else been watching Away? I think a few of you mentioned last time that you had started it, so what are you thinking? Or how are you feeling? What do you thinking sounds like? I was really judging you for watching that show, and I'm not. It looks great. Paul, no, I'm not saying that VPNs are illegal. I'm saying that a lot of streaming services include in their terms of service that you cannot use a VPN to change your geographical location. Doing that breaks the terms of service for that streaming service. I know a couple of them have in their terms that if you are doing that and they find out that you're doing it, basically they can delete your account and block you from using the service, basically. So we just kind of avoid talk about that at Cord Cutters News because we aren't trying to break terms of service. I know that's kind of a gray area. I completely understand. I get it. But yeah. Tim says, pretty good show and a feel-good series on Netflix. Oh, my favorite kind of shows. I like to feel happy. John has a question that we will again put out to the group. Out of the major streaming devices, which one has the best universal search function for movies, shows, and actors? So which streaming device has the best universal search? I will say that I am very happy with Roku's for the most part. Amazon TV I think is pretty good, but I would love to know what the rest of you think about which streaming device has the best universal search feature. Edgar says, what chants are the best TV service that you can find online or mobile apps? Are you asking which streaming service which streaming service people are liking best? That is completely a matter of personal preference. So depends on what you're looking for. I will say that there are a ton of free services and we would recommend always that you check those out and see what you can watch for free. Also use an antenna to get live local channels. But then after that, if you're looking for like live TV, there are a ton of good options. YouTube TV is a really popular one. Hulu is a great one, and then there are a bunch of others. There's Sling, there's Philo, there's VidGo, there's Hbo TV. So tons and tons of options, just depends on what you are looking for. Yeah, Peter says to use the app Just Watch. If you are looking for a search, you can go over to the Just Watch website, and it's pretty accurate. There are definitely times that it's not super accurate, but you can type in the show that you're looking for and it'll show you which streaming services it's available on. Some questions about Lowcast. Yeah, I really like Lowcast, but it's not available in my area, so I don't have any firsthand experience. Andrew wants to know what the Lowcast lawsuit is. So just a little backstory. I'll try to make it quick, but Lowcast is Run by a nonprofit, it's technically a free service. They will ask you for a $5 donation pretty frequently until you make it. But technically, it is a free service. It offers live local channels. So, like if you can't get them with an antenna, or if you just don't get as many local channels as you want with an antenna, Locast is a great option. It is available in 23 markets all across the US. And what else do we want to say about Locast? It's great. A lot of people really like it. However, the big networks like ABC, NBC, Fox, Disney, I think was involved too, sued Locast because they were saying that it was transmitting their channels and didn't have permission, and it was charging customers and all this stuff. Locast came back and said, we're a nonprofit. Everyone has a right to this content. That's why we're doing it. That's how we're doing it. So that's the gist of the lawsuit. So we heard about this it was probably right before stay-at-home orders went into effect. And when that happened, we didn't really hear anything else about the lawsuit. Rick, you can go to Locast, is it .com or .org? Let me check real quick. I don't want to give you the wrong website. Locast.org. Yes, maybe? Yes, locast.org is the website. Yeah, so that lawsuit was going on, and then whenever stay-at-home orders and everything went into effect and the pandemic was taking over everything, we just didn't really hear much about it, and Locast is still alive and kicking. They are expanding to some new areas. They just expanded to some more spots in Florida. So yeah, that's what's going on with them right now. So no updates about that lawsuit. Theodore says Locast is trying to help the public, but they need money to keep the infrastructure running and maintained. Absolutely, yeah. I'm here for the $5 donations. I completely understand. And I think it's a great service that they have. And if it were in my area, I would absolutely be using it. G-Money says all seasons of Fringe are on IMDb TV. Really cool show. For those of you who don't know, IMDb TV is another free streaming service owned by Amazon. Sorry about all the sirens out there. Cleveland has been going crazy. There's just a lot going on over here right now. Jermaine says, here's something positive about YouTube TV. I love being able to watch games from multiple Fox and CBS affiliates. Really helps to change the channel when my Falcons are always losing. Hopefully you aren't losing your Fox affiliate or your RSN, or are you just watching through like regular Fox? In that case, great. If you're losing your channel, so sorry. Eric, yeah, we're totally fine. Everything's safe. I think it's just the weather. People were just outside yelling and acting crazy, but we're all good. I was nervous about the debate being here last night. I was afraid things would get crazy, but everyone behaved themselves and it was a nice night. So happy about that. And I wish that the weather was better so our Indians could be playing tonight, but here we are. John says, I feel that Sling TV and Philo are the most price-conscious live streaming services. Yeah, two really good options. Philo is a skinny bundle. They just don't have sports, which is how they keep their prices down. It's excellent. Sling TV is really good if you're looking for that a la carte experience. VidGo is actually pretty affordable too and has a ton of channels. It has NFL Network if you're looking for that, and it's cheaper than most of the other services. Friendly TV is a good one if you're looking for just a handful of channels, like Hallmark channels. So tons of good options. Wanda wants to know what's a good DVR for OTA. So if anyone has any suggestions about what DVR you're using, I just got a Air TV Anywhere from Sling TV, and I'm very excited to start using that. Any news on Pluto? Not really. Not a whole lot of information about Pluto lately. Haven't heard a whole lot from them. We've been hearing more about the Roku channel. That's been the free service that has been in the news the last couple days. Chris loves Philo for $20 a month. Yeah, it's hard to beat that price. Andrew says there is an DVR from Amazon. Yeah, the Fire TV recast. And that one is almost definitely going to be on sale for Prime Day. So if you're looking at buying, I would hold off for just a couple weeks. Tableau, yeah, is a good one. Yeah, I'm seeing some Pluto TV love. You guys know I love free streaming services so much. Love talking about them. Love it when a new one comes out. Love it when they add channels. Pluto TV is a great one. We just haven't heard a whole lot from them in the past week or so. Pluto needs a Star Trek channel. Yeah, they show some Star Trek content sometimes. I know that they had a dedicated channel whenever there were new Star Trek shows coming out on CBS All Access. That's another thing. Pluto TV is owned by Viacom CBS, which also obviously owns CBS All Access. So there's definitely some, like they work together sometimes. So you'll find some CBS All Access content over on Pluto, which I think is awesome. Love that. Michael, this is a really interesting question and something that unfortunately I don't have an answer for, but love the discussion. Do we ever see teams individually offer their games for a subscriber fee as opposed to sports networks? That's something that I think teams have been wanting to do for the sake of making sure that their fans can watch their games, also because there's a lot of money involved. But because there is a lot of money involved, I think it just makes things murky with contracts and everything. So I love the idea. Not sure that we're going to see it happen soon, but would love to see that happen. I'm interested if any of you have thoughts on teams having their own, I guess, streaming service, streaming subscription. Let me know what you think. Jeremy says, Hulu just sent me a free trial. Yeah, definitely check your emails. If you have ever subscribed to a service and then canceled, they will every once in a while send you an offer to come back. Let me grab my water real quick, sorry. I'm not drinking out of my cord cutters mug tonight because just before we started, I spilled that mug of water just all over myself, all over my desk. So that's fun. Paul says Pluto TV just launched a 24/7 Star Trek channel. There you go, whoever was asking for Star Trek. All they show is Next Generation. Well, there you go. Tony, thoughts on Locast? Yeah, we just had this conversation, Tony. Where were you? Yeah, Locast, love it. Again, technically a free service. You can get live local channels. I think it's fantastic. Personally, I understand why the networks have an issue with it, but I think it's great. If it ever comes to the Cleveland area, I will absolutely be using it and donating. John says, we don't make mistakes, we have happy accidents. I don't know that spilling my water was necessarily a happy accident, but it's something that happens to me more than I would like to admit. I'm not what you might call a graceful person. Eric says the cord cutters mug will someday be a big collector's item. Yeah, Luke is telling me that he has a few more to send my way, so I'll hang on to a couple for future giveaways if you guys are interested. Brett says, any news on HBO Max and Roku? No, and I'm kind of surprised, to be honest. I thought that once Peacock came to Roku, it would sort of usher in a deal with HBO and Roku. I also thought it would mean that both of those would end up on Fire TV a lot sooner. Everyone seems optimistic that that's going to happen before the holidays, and I would love to see that happen, but we will have to wait and see. No, I know you had to ask. Yeah, somebody has to ask every week, and I get it completely. I promise I'll share the news when I hear it, but unfortunately, nothing right now. Aaron uses a TiVo for DVR. Yeah, lots of options, definitely. I would say look at some reviews. Philip has covered some of that over on the, right here on our Cord Cutters News YouTube channel, so definitely look at his reviews and see what he has to say about things too. It might help you make a decision. Tony says, watching the NBA Finals on Locast, my ABC affiliate gets terrible reception in my apartment. Yeah, and it's great for things like that. I would really love it because I live in the city, so I'm surrounded by big buildings, and I think it stops me from getting some good antenna reception. So I only get about 12 channels where I'm at. So I would love to have Lowcast. John says I should have Luke send me his pumpkin and skeleton jackets that he wears for Halloween. I'll try to come up with something, guys. I'm much more of a Christmas girl, so you can expect all of the festive sweaters at Christmas time, but I'll see what I can do for Halloween. Yeah, Andrew, I don't think that Charter is being bought out by AT&T. That would be a huge, huge deal, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, Luke will always be here in spirit. Absolutely. That's completely true. Yeah, I know everyone asks every week how Luke is doing. He's doing great. Again, I just talked to him yesterday. He called, texted, and sent me a tweet whenever this YouTube TV news was coming out about them dropping RSNs. He wanted to make sure that I got the news, and I had. But yeah, he checks in on things like that sometimes. So yeah, Luke is always around. It's true. He has moved on to other things. He's doing other videos. He has his Guy Reviews channel, which I think he just changed the name of the breakdown. Yeah. He is covering just some crazy news stories and things over there, which is super entertaining. Definitely check that out. But yeah, cord cutting is a part of who he is. He will never be able to let it go completely. So that's lucky for me because he will send me a text if he sees some good news. So I appreciate it. This is a question for the group again, I think. Jeremy says, is there a fix for blurry NFL games using the HD Homerun Prime app on Nvidia Shield? It could be anything. It could be the apps that you're using, the devices that you're using. There's a lot going on here. So if anyone has any suggestions for Jeremy, please leave them in the chat. Theodore, no, he is not coming back. Luke has left Cord Cutters News and left the news side of it in my hands. So I am here. That's hilarious. Jermaine says, I started watching Cord Cutters because I thought Luke looked like the villain on Preacher. I would love to know what villain I look like then. Maybe that's what I'll do for Halloween. Dress as your favorite villain. Chris follows Luke on YouTube and Twitter. Yeah, definitely. Luke BK over on Twitter and right here on YouTube with his show, The Breakdown. Franchise says that maybe you're having a connection issue. Jeremy says I'm connected with Ethernet. Both Prime and Nvidia Shield Pro is connected with Ethernet. So it's probably not an internet connection issue. If anyone else has suggestions, let's see if we can help Jeremy work through this problem. Edgar, I think that Sky TV might just be outside of the US. I think that they have a lot of the same stuff that we have as cord cutters here in the US, but I think that's all international for us. Jeremy says, I have 600 down, 300 up, average ping 10 to 30. So, anyone else have any suggestions for Jeremy? All right, guys. Oh, try turning off and turning on your router. You know what? It sounds silly whenever you say it, but yeah, sometimes that's absolutely what you need to do. Oh, next question for you guys. We heard from Roku this week that they came out with a new Roku Ultra and a new Stream Bar. It is about the size of a carton of eggs, is what they told me. It looks kind of awesome, so I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking about that. Is anyone planning to upgrade their Roku device anytime soon? Let me know in the comments. All right, also, let me know what you're watching right now because it looks like we're out of questions for a little bit. So let's talk about what we're all watching right now. I have to tell you guys, I have been watching a handful of things. I have watched The Vow, which is about the Nexium cult. Super crazy, really interesting. I have also been watching Lovecraft Country, highly recommend. A little bit of sci-fi, a little bit of history, so good. And I finally started watching The Sopranos, and I've been binge watching that. So those are my 3 right now. So everyone else, let me know. Weakest Link on Peacock. I didn't know it was on there. Now I have to watch it. I used to love that show. Franchise was looking at the Roku soundbar because of the Dolby Atmos. It sounds awesome. I watched a quick video with the team over at Roku, and they were showing me everything it can do. It looks really good for such a small size, especially. It has speakers on the 2 sides and in the front, so you kind of get like a whole sound experience. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. I'm excited to get one and try it out for myself. News on the ATSC 3.0 rollout. We are waiting for tuner devices to come out so that we can all start using it. It is rolling out in some cities. It just came to Michigan. The university has been working on some ATSC 3.0 stuff. So that has been the latest city. How many are out right now? I want to say 8, or maybe there are 8 coming. Super limited right now. Haven't seen a whole lot about it, but we're definitely keeping an eye on ATSC 3.0 news. But really, I think a lot of us are just waiting for devices with these tuners so that we can use it. Looney Tunes on HBO Max, great call. Alan wants to know if we saw the new Weakest Link on NBC. I've seen commercials and it looks really funny. I'm excited. Yeah, with the new host last night. Jane Lynch, love her. I think she's really funny, so I'm excited for that. Walking Dead on Netflix. Okay. You can watch it with a watch party over on Sling. That's a fun fact I learned this week. G-Money wonders if progress on satellite internet has been delayed because of COVID. You know, SpaceX has really been crushing it lately with sending up more satellites and getting stuff moving. I think they're still doing testing, and I think I remember them saying that they were hoping to have everything done by summer. Obviously, that didn't happen. We're now into fall, and they're doing testing now, so hopefully soon. But yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it did get delayed because of COVID, unfortunately, just like everything else. Jeff says, I seem to recall that AT&T tried to buy Charter a few years ago and Department of Justice squashed it. I'll have to look into that. That sounds familiar, but that was before my cord cutters news time, so I wouldn't have been covering it. But thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I'll definitely dig into that a little bit, but I haven't heard anything lately, so I think we're safe. Brett says, looking forward to South Park commercial free on HBO Max. Jermaine tried signing up for SpaceX beta testing, but it's only available for testers in northern states. Yeah, I think Philip had tried to be a beta tester too, but I'm not sure whatever happened. I think they had to sign non-disclosure agreements, so maybe he did get in, and I just don't know about it yet. Excuse me. I love DuckTales so much. Nice. Lots of cartoon love in the chat tonight. Bill says, just learned there was going to be a new Dragnet with Kent McCord playing Sergeant Friday's partner. 5 episodes were written, then Jack Webb died. Oh, the show was never made. Hopefully they can bring someone else in. That's a shame. Spaceballs, okay, yeah, good call. Haven't seen that in a long time. AP Bio on Peacock, yeah, I just got an ad about that today. I really like that show, it's funny. Timothy says, any word on when the Amazon gaming device comes out? Oh my gosh, someone's gonna answer this before I can look it up. The Luna Cloud is what it's called. When... Let's see. Cloud gaming. I know this is super fun for you all to watch me just over here Google searching. Will launch widely, will be available on PC, Mac, Fire TV, iPhone, iPad. $5.99 a month for an introductory price. I don't know if they said when it's coming out though. I don't see anything with a date, but someone will definitely correct me if I am wrong. Oh, we're back to talking about free streaming services. Stir is a good one. Zumo, yeah, Tubi TV is one. Crackle is another. Roku channel. Redbox has one. So many good free streaming services. Timothy, no, I don't see a date anywhere for... Oh, okay, it says it was delayed until 2021, so we still have to wait a while. But no exact date that I can find. Please, Disney, bring back Darkwing Duck. We want a reboot. That was a great show. I have that theme song stuck in my head all the time. I have no idea why. It's just permanently in my head. Hoopla is another one. Yeah, and Canopy. Those are two that you can access through your local library if your library is partnered with those streaming services. Jermaine, this is not the question for me. The most important question, will you be buying the PS5 or the Xbox Series X or S? I will probably get neither, to be completely honest. I am not a big gamer. The extent of my gaming experience is the Nintendo Switch. I love it so much. I play Mario Kart and Tetris. So I am not the one to ask about gaming consoles. That would be your guy, Philip. I think that he is planning on getting the PlayStation, if I'm remembering our conversation about that right. Brett says, out of all the free live TV streaming services, Pluto is best. I think I would probably agree that Pluto, just for the reason that it has so much more content than a lot of these services, because it's owned by Viacom CBS. But oh my gosh, there are just so many. Somebody mentioned like one for horror movies, and I think Crackle is the one that has a lot of like classic TV. Stir has a lot of good stuff. It has like the Comet Channel and some stuff like that for some classic content. So, oh my gosh, there are just so many, and they're all free. So just collect them all, use them all. Jeff, yeah, send all the emails. I can't promise I'll get back to you tonight, but I'll definitely be checking them tomorrow. Pluto has Baywatch. Well, there you go. What else do you need? Bill just sent me an email too. Thanks, guys. Appreciate all of the info that you send me. John says you're doing an amazing job on here. Just keep up the great work. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Just a few more minutes, guys, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up for the night. People are outside just really getting rowdy tonight. I don't know what's going on. It's raining. Go inside, guys. Sheesh. Jeff says Stir also has local channels. Yeah, it's really nice that you can choose your city and then you can get local news, weather, sports, and stuff from your area. Love that. Jermaine says Jason Momoa first appeared on Baywatch Miami and then Baywatch Hawaii. I just saw an article about that. So funny. Pluto has Space, 1999, had Merlin, and so many great shows and movies. I like, too, that they kind of rotate their content in and out so that there's always something fun to watch. Andrew, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Man, you guys are so nice. Thank you. I swear I just come here for a little ego boost every week. Yeah, the Indians game was postponed because of the weather. Bill, if you're talking about the email, I just got a notification that I got emails, so I will definitely check those tomorrow. All right, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here. Thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me. Sorry again about missing last week, but I'm really happy to be here tonight chatting with you guys. Yeah, I will see you all next week. And in the meantime, I hope you all have a great week and a great weekend, whatever you're doing. Enjoy this weather before it turns to winter. I know I will. All right, guys, thank you again so much. I will see you next week. Bye.